Okay, we are live. I am looking here. Go live. Wait, we are live tonight. Okay, we are still dealing with this tools and everything, so I'm excited about tonight's live, and we got a lot to talk about. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. So, excuse me, it has been a rough week. So this is where you just go on and just keep moving. I'm telling you, I'm looking at myself. I'm like, you looking pretty rough today. So anyway, hello, 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 everyone. Hello, hello, hello. And I'm going to tell you, if anybody wanted some confidence, like, hey, I want to go on social media, I got to look all pretty. This is one of those nights, and I'm human being like everyone. I'm looking at myself. I didn't have time to even put on a piece of makeup or anything. I'm like, it is 8 o'clock, and we are still working with a new tool that is streaming across. Well, we were doing 4 platforms at one time, so some hiccups with that. So the thing is, the show must go on. So this is the thing where content every night, you don't have to be pretty and just be yourself. So this is going to be pretty good. I'm going to be sharing my screen, but also talking to as well. And the topic tonight is why most craft businesses burn out in year one. And I had Cricket because we are crafters, and that is my audience on there. So whether you use Cricut or what other tool you can use, a lot of people get burnout. So I've been doing this for over 15 years, as far as just creating stuff, but having my first online store selling party decor, I opened in 2017. But before that, I was doing stuff and selling that without an online store presence. Far as party decor, other things I did have online store before too as well. But with decor, I had my online store in 2017. So, and I know from personal experience that you can get burnt out. So people can get burned out, people can get discouraged and things. And I'm going to talk about some tools that I use that will help. Hi, TT Bracelet. Hi, Inez. Hi, everyone. And you guys can drop everything in a comment if you need. So I got some of my notes. So if you see me looking down, because I'm really about making sure I get this information to you. So the real truth is, like, a lot of craft businesses, a lot of people, they just don't make it. And that's with anything. They always talk about first year, whether they're restaurant and stuff. And it's not because that people are not talented or anything, because I want people to feel like, hey, why doesn't it work out for me? Um, and I know we all use this word hustle. And a lot of times hustle is just keeping you moving. Like, I have a sign that says hustle in the back. Other than the neon pink, that's what I like it for. But I don't want to be in a hustle mentality all day. I know you have to ramp up business, but for me, if I was in a hustle mentality 24/7, even though you know what I mean, we got to work, I would be totally burned out. Because at some point in time, if you have a business, whether it's a craft business, you should have systems and things in place where they are repeatable, things are moving, you're getting constant income, you're growing, your marketing is growing, and you're not in a constant hustle. I mean, it's not where it's going to change as far as your work. Like, people that know me this and say, "Oh, you're not going to outwork her or something," but it doesn't mean am I working smarter? I'm working harder. Things like that. So that's why I wanted to bring this up, because this is one thing, and I've been using the word burnout, especially even from the beginning of the year, where I had guests like Bernice on here, Crafter Rican, talking about it. But burnout is so big. But let me just jump right on this in here. And if somebody drop a heart, or drop if this is your first year in the craft business, or if you ever felt like quitting. If you ever feel like quitting or something, drop that in the comments and stuff here. Lots of hearts over here. Okay, so before I go into them, I'm gonna give you some beginner tools to use, and also for those that are already scaling and doing their business. Because some of these tools, if I didn't use them, literally, especially for me, content, I can't stand it. Literally, like content, it's time consuming, and I had to figure out how to do that and do it systematically and repeatedly, just like, okay, and understand it because, I wasn't just making stuff. And for me, I had to get that. And until I got that and fine. And then also getting to know yourself, agreeing. So just even like tonight, because a lot of us are self-conscious, either where how we look and we spend too much time in it. Like I don't spend any time. And it's funny, like my mom saw a YouTube video um a couple of weeks ago live, and she says, I know you really don't care, which I don't know why she wouldn't. She says, but your elbows were ashy, you could have used some lotion, and that's a mom thing. And I didn't. I mean, that everyone has had ashy elbows or something on it, but my mom caught it. But that's even like far as tonight, I looked at myself, I'm like, goodness gracious, usually you have time to do a little bit, but I didn't. I was like, hey, I got to keep going. I want to start at 8 as close as possible, especially with this new um, technology. So, one of the things people do, and then I'm going to talk and share some tools, drop stuff in. Sometimes it's rough, but never want to quit. I'm tired doing stuff, and then you do one thing, you go to another. Oh, I'm going to address that. You do that a lot. You got to stop that. I'm going to tell you, you can make money and do it, but you got to stop that. That's clear burnout. I think that's one of the things I have on here. So someone had wrote in there. So doing everything themselves. That was number one. That is number one, guys. And most of us start a business wearing all hats. We are the designer, we are the marketer, we are the content creator, the packager, the accountant. There's no structure, there's just you. And that does work at first. But as you grow in business, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. And it's where you end up burned out and tired. And I can sit and tell you on that. That is far as true. Burned out and tired. I mean, because you are constantly reacting. And if I had to do that, I would be such a even though Michael and my family might say, "Oh, grouch all the time," like just like you don't understand what I'm trying to do. And sometimes you feel like they don't understand because they don't see or hear what's in your head and what you're trying to do. So just trying to do everything yourselves. So you can still love what you do and burn out and everything, because everything depends on you. So you add that in, even if you have a craft business, especially for women, whether if you're a mom or if you're not, as far as retiring, you got everything else where on your shoulders where you feel it's a lot. Just imagine that you add this business, because we're now in an environment, especially for here, because like if anyone doesn't know, I'm still a government contractor. We got a shutdown and everything going on. So you got everything. This whole year has been crazy within itself. So you add that in with business, but I'm thankful for this business because with this business we've had for years, is we've been very blessed with it. That's like, okay, okay, just keep it moving with what's going on. So you add that on, but you still feel like you do everything yourself. At a point in time, you should be able to outsource that. In my opinion on that, learn certain parts of the business. So when you do grow, because my desire is for people to grow, and then you know what's going on. So that's one thing, because we try to do everything ourselves. And I'm going to give you some things. I'm going to show you some things that I do that you cannot do. Repetitive manual work. So this is one thing where you, especially for crafters, you constantly like, okay, you're starting all over, everything again. Solution for that for me, um like AI prompts, same thing. You shouldn't have to be constantly redoing the same thing. If you're customizing something like this, okay, hey, the name, This is the design. That's it. You should have that structure and things like that where you're not burning out, you're not getting tired all the time on it. Know your prices. It's nothing like working and don't you're not getting paid um well on it, because you're constantly like, what should I do? So and repetitive like design work, and that's where AI and stuff comes in, or just stick to it. So if you have a craft shop, okay, this is my collection. This is what I'm doing. I'm not going to constantly be scrolling on Pinterest trying to find something new, or scrolling on social media trying to find something new. And that way you're building your business. Guys, let me tell you, and I have to say this story because I know we're in the age of social media and I'm on social media, but I did not get on social media until 2022. So think about it, from 2017 for the craft business until 2022, I was not on social media at all. At all. And I still was doing six-figure business on Etsy sales. My customers told me what they wanted. I listened to them. I could make things on it. And you can too. I mean, social media, I always wonder, should I have started? But I don't know. Um, but I'm fine with it. So that stop the scrolling and print, because that's still that to me that blocks your creativity. That blocks you being far as doing something. So for those that trying to do everything, stick to one thing. What I started the first year, I was doing nothing but baby showers. It wasn't by choice. It was basically okay. That's how I started, and that's the lane. And I still was fine with the money that I was making. So, constant new ideas and pressures. That's another one. And that's from, social media can do that. But you're constantly looking, should I do sublimation? Should I do acrylic? I saw this, I saw that. And you wind up doing nothing. Stick to one thing, focus on that, and grow your business. That is one thing that you have to do. And underpricing, no profit, burnout. It's nothing like you haven't priced your stuff right. Um, and that is a key. That's a burner. If you are not, because money financially can be motivating. We get money in here, but then once you take out your supplies and how long it took you to make it, and then when you really add up the numbers, did you really make a profit? No. And this is another one, inconsistent marketing. So, you post every day. Some may not even get a like or something. And then if you get an order come in or you get on a trend, it's like up and down. So, example, holiday seasons. For some crafters, they're like, oh, the holiday season is my slow season. I don't have any consistent income or anything that comes with it. I'm going to show you what can help far as with that. So you don't have any type of marketing system in place, which will help. And that can be automatic. So one of the things that I use that help, and if anyone has any questions for that, everyone has to have, you need to have an email. Even some people like emails or email lists. Start, create an email list on that. And I'll show you what I use. No offers. So every sale is on your post. So this sale doesn't end. This could be far as an upsell. Sell the bundle, sell the next thing. Email lists. Keep in touch with your customers. We have a new collection coming out. Always on here. I have buyers that'll come where like grandparents, oh, you did my grandson's first baby shower. Now he's 2 or 3, and we want to do the 2-year old, so you keep in contact. You have to have some type of marketing system, and you can set that up on automatic where you're not. You don't have to be high tech on it. So always have like maybe like an offer. So another thing is like we feel like we're alone. Now I need some feedback on this because I don't know about this, and maybe it's because really I'm an introvert on here. So I don't know, but I don't know if anybody, I'm getting ready to say this. So they say isolation. So you feel like you're building alone, no team, no community. So every decision is stuck. and heavy. So you could, have join communities like Facebook groups and things like that, which is great because then you have a supportive environment. But like for me, I get certain people far as I follow and support because I too need support and motivational on there. So I feel like is that like really needed because not too many ones that are important that's just helping. Yes, the email list is of your customers. Yes, correct. Yes, and I'll show you why that matters on here. We are doing fine. So, also, no boundaries. Now, this is me. This was me. No boundaries, scaling without systems. So, I had like when you start taking all business, as they say, like all money's not good money, all business is not, and burned out, that burned me out. Especially far as like goals, like certain goals that far as you have. Like here, and you just like I'm going to take it in. And like for example, we're building our because we have our mom with us, so we got a big project that we're working on. So some people is like, oh, just quit your job. I don't have to, but just doing it. But just like certain goals and like boundaries, um, for me, I had a real problem far as with that. Like, okay, I'm just gonna just take everything because I'm trying to reach this goal, and I was burning out. I didn't even know what I was working for, just burning out. So I had to set clear boundaries. Those are ones, and those are a couple things. And I may have rambled on, but I'm about to show my screen on here and a couple tools that I'm going to share a couple things of what I can share.
GTS bracelets on Instagram said establishing boundaries is critical, especially with family and friends.
Yes, you have to establish boundaries, but also you have to establish work boundaries too, as well. Because for me, on Saturday is content day. Like I said, I do not like that's the boundary on here. So guys, I'm showing you one of the tools that I use, and for a new person you don't, I'm going to give you free tools, but this is a paid tool. And I'm not sponsoring them or anything like that, but guys, just seeing here, this is Metrical. And this is a scheduling tool. I use it to schedule content. I cannot, like, I would have literally a fit. One of the things that I detest is in the beginning doing content like every day, figuring out it's a system, a strategy. I teach that in my social media for crafters. So if you want that bundle, comment the word smart. You can get that. I cannot. I set up a schedule. These are stories, posts, certain ones I can do on here. I cannot do this like every day, and I set this up, and that's time that I dedicate. And my goal is like the first Saturday or before the following month, um, get everything out for the whole month. Now it could be new things happen, but just stick to that. You can use tools. Meta has their own free scheduling tools. You can use TikTok has their own free scheduling tools. YouTube, get used to those. That will eliminate burnout if you schedule stuff. That is a key. That is one key thing where as far as just burnout, eliminate that. That is one key. I have this scheduling tool in here. So let me see here. So one, I'm going horror, and I had an example of this. So with this way, everything is scheduled, and I'm not burned out. So get a type of scheduling far as tool. So that way everything is done. And this here, you don't have to. This is for those that, for a beginner, I would use the regular scheduling tool, and I still use Meta and every other like TikTok scheduling tool as well, because with the analytics, um, certain things they don't like.
What's the name of the program you said? I put it in the chat, Metrical.
Metrical. And I use it for certain things, not all things, because I'm always about analytics. So if you have like a million subscribers or something like that, the analytics is behind. And I won't get into it, like API and different stuff, like trending sounds that doesn't work with third-party apps and stuff like that, like Metrical or Later, or you got Buffer. Those are ones too that I'm off my hand. But for this one, I like it. I use it also for analytics. Analytics drives everything that I do. It's totally, and it's everything that I create is intentional. That's from here. So this is here where I'm not burning out far as so I stick to a day. This is the day that I'm scheduling. And I've been creating the system. So I'm going to introduce this whole system next year, because this whole year I tore this whole thing apart, because people that sit and say, "Oh, you can batch content for a whole month in 2 hours." Yeah, I can, but is that going to be really good content of value? And I look at everything. Like I look at where growth, like, hey, you've been at this number here. Um and why? And the analytics do play. Like we just had a video that hit 3.8 million views. Now for my Instagram follower, it didn't do anything. And the main platform was Instagram. But for Facebook, it doubled my following. So analytics plays a good tool on that. So for burnout, so you're not creating content that's just not really sticking. So these tools help. This is one here. I use chat. I use chat for research. Um, this is, let me on here. And I want to get to another one. I use chat for research. If you're not using chat for research, that is not good. Not good. Here's another one here. And this may be overwhelming. Another one, and this is not expensive. I use tools like Answer the Public. I do all my research on here, because then your content.
TTS Bracelet said, "This sounds advanced for me. Can I just stick with the Outlook calendar or its tracking data?"
Yes, yes. Now, TT Bracelet, I'm just saying, you don't. You stick to one thing here. And I'm looking, but I'm telling for those and the level, because they are millionaires, and not that you need to be far as like million people or content, social media, they are doing the research and stuff. So this may be a little bit, but TT Bracelet, when you do on here, I can ask chat this question. Okay. And I always do this. It knows who my audience is and niche. So I create everything around that. And by that chat helping, I'm not burning out, because it also comes with ideas. So that's one of the things. Utilize tools. You don't have to use all of them, but for certain people, they may, just like I sit and say for money, and I got to do it in value. Like some people, I can't even think. I got, what was this today? Because this comes in. This is just 3 Etsy orders today. This is $300 worth of Etsy orders today. Etsy will always come in. This is physical product. Some people, I mean, like, that's great. I'm happy with that. I get that a day. I'm fine with that. Some people like, that's great. That's gravy. To me, that pays a bill. Grocery bill will take that. But then some people may sit and say, well, I want more. It depends on. And you got to do far as the research. So for me, TT bracelet for that, because to get paid for for the views and stuff when I'm creating the content, because content I can consider part of my income too, since I'm moving away from making as many physical products. I want to make sure the content is what people are searching for and people are looking and try to create that. So those are the reasons for those tools for me. And it would eliminate burnout, because once you start blowing up, because TT bracelet, I know what you can make. You're going to need these tools to help you run things in a lot better.
You said, got it. Goes with the business.
Goes with the business. Yes, yes, yes. Um, okay, guys, y'all know the oh, here, Canva. Everybody should have this. Most of us here. I use Canva tools on here. This was here because social media is part. If you want, if you're not using Canva like bulk upload and things like that, I don't create these posts are instantly created. Use those. You won't be burning out, especially with content. People get burned out with the content. So you take the content with doing the order. That's totally thing. And AI stuff for design will help cut down far as looking. Those are key things on here. So just use Canva. Use bulk tools, stuff like that. I use it to create content. So for those, I think I showed let me see. And it probably has it up there already. And I'm looking. If you guys see me looking, I'm looking. I have two screens, so I'm trying to type on one and create. I think it has something already in here. And here, that's it. Okay, I'm going to have to. There you go. Oh. And here. And say I just want to do here. You know what? I'm wondering, like, why is my stuff, I don't see continue on here. So then you connect your data here, and my continue, for some reason, I thought I was signed in. It says I am. I got a little square on here, but then all my polls are created. I don't know why that's not running. But this is how you do it. That'll keep you from burning out. I showed you some research tools. Now, this is one for us customers too. Using tools like ManyChat, and I don't mean to overwhelm people, but you guys have all seen the stuff where it says comment. These things, this helps. This keeps far as business. This keeps things far as communication and stuff. ManyChat is very, very advanced. I really like it. I mean, just think about all the contacts, emails. These are things that I use on here that keeps things going. But also these things keep your business growing. And someone that's just like emails. I've been using Flowdesk. I can't think of the company we had before, but this sends out all my emails and stuff like this and everything. And I went back to 2024 on here. So that keeps everything. We know everything that's going out, because your customer where, like tonight, everyone gets an email on the list of how many goes through. And these are really user friendly. These are real. So you do not have to be tech. It may look, but it is not at all. Not this is very user friendly. I like how it looks. This is Flowdesk. I do like them too as well. That's very, very good on here. So that helps far as with that. And far as marketing, that lets people know about your business, because people may get burned out for us like, well, how do people know? I'm always constantly showing new products and letting people I'm recreating something and I'm starting over.
TTS Bracelets asked, are these tools automated once you create the content?
Yes. So how these tools are automated, for example, let me certain emails. So for courses and stuff, especially that we have them set up like you purchase one, you automatically get a purchase. So say for example, someone's purchasing, and let's just make up a product, okay, baby shower or AI, whatever. You're purchasing something, so you get a email. Here's your purchase. That person is put in here. You set up these systems, and then you get notifications. That's all set up and stuff like that. So that keeps the customer, what's going on, you keep that customer in your arsenal. This is really how far as is done, where even new things that come out, that email list is golden. Now that's one of the things when people say, should I get a my own website, or should I do an Etsy shop? And that's one of the drawbacks, because people can lose business. Even like, you could be shut down from a social media platform, but if you have an email list, I can still start because I have my customer base. And that's why like an email list is still far as golden to start with, that because you have your customer base. That email list is golden for everything, even for like ads. Facebook, it knows who, what that person is, that person's buying behavior and stuff. That's where we are, and that's where we're using technology and stuff, everything to the advance. So those are tools that helps for burnout, because one, if you're constantly have to, okay, say for example, this was the only product, and every time I had to launch a new product and build a business up, I mean, I would be burned out. It's like, oh goodness, is it ever end? Is it going to stop? Where can I put stuff on automation? And those are things that help, utilizing those tools on it. Now, for me, burnout was content. So getting that under control and batching stuff really helped. And the emails help because it eliminates far as like inconsistent marketing. So then, like, oh, I gotta post every day or something. The orders come in this week, they didn't come in the next week. You don't really have any offers and things like that. So those are some of the things that help. A lot of times it has to do with the tools. And then for those that are really busy and they can't get a break, they don't have certain tools set in place where to answer common questions. So even I don't have my phone, like Etsy, they have automated where, I mean, frequently asked questions, where if I like, sometimes I used to be like frequently asked questions where a tool was just automatic. Like, one, I keep certain things copy and paste because people don't read. Those are things where there, so people will get burned out, but utilize certain tools to eliminate that. So those are some of the things, because that's why people get burned out. Like, hey, I'm starting. And then also, one, realistic expectations of what you can make. That is, people do give up. So someone did say they do not quit. So you got it. And that's one of the things, you don't quit, you keep going, you learn from it and stuff too as well. And once the business is set up on autopilot, where certain things are automated and done from the emails, so every time someone buys a certain product, they're introduced to a new one or a new collection, it gets easier. It gets really easy on it. So it does work on here. So those are ways to eliminate burnout. I think anybody, I'm going to look through here. There's tracking data. And as I gave that email list on here, I think I answered all the questions. I never want to quit. Sometimes I'm tired doing stuff, and then you do one thing, you go to another. Yeah, you just stick with one thing. And I tell you, you can get caught into looking at stuff that's new and say, oh, that's going to work. And then put down what you're doing. And the learning curve, that's the thing. That's why people burn, like the learning curve itself, because we can get exhausted from that. So that's pretty much it. Thank you. You are welcome for me sharing far as these tips. If anyone has any questions, let me know. And if you comment smart, you can get the Craft Smarter bundle, and you can get that. I know this replay will be posted, and we are going to be done for tonight, and we shall see you guys on Sunday. And that will far as for today on here. So you know what, guys, burnout does happen, but you don't have to be like stressed out. There are tools out there to help you utilize some of these tools. They'll help you craft smarter and less stress. I guarantee it, because I utilize these myself. Good night.